Good morning, friends. Got my coffee. I'm coming to give you a little tour of the garden in the fall. You know, I haven't shown my garden in weeks. This is some of the wildflowers that I have right here at my back deck. We plant wildflowers instead of grass for a million reasons that I don't need to get into right now. You can imagine somebody like me that loves flowers, how much I think that's a great idea, right? Just walking by and seeing all this beautiful, these are so pretty with their gorgeous watermelon as they change the whole bed. This is beautiful watermelon with the pink seeds. Oh, so nice. It's so pretty. But let's go look at some other things. Go look at the front where we have the asters and such. Some of you have been following since the flowers first started coming in the spring. Okay, here we go. Here's some at the front. Oh, the locals. You guys will appreciate this. This is a lilac bush. It's a Japanese lilac. It's an ever-blooming. And look, you guys, I have a new lilac bud. There's a chance I might get one more lilac before the end of the year. So my lilac is just doing beautifully. I gave it a hard prune after it flowered this year. And it has produced all of these new shoots, and all the new shoots will have flowers in the spring. So we still have phlox flowers. After they flower, I cut off their heads. But this year, on all of my plants, I've left the spent flowers to let them go to seed, and I'm spreading the seed everywhere. Normally, I would cut that off so that I would continue the flowering. But I have had an amazing flowering season. So I am gathering seeds, I'm spreading seeds. Look at the phlox seeds here. These are all purple, tall purple phlox seeds. So we had so many healthy flowers this year that I have an abundance of seeds. As well, my little cone flowers here, the short ones, what are they called? Sombreros. Sombrero coneflower are the ones that are just, 12 inches high. So see, I have a whole handful of seeds. I'm going to just dump them right here in my little nursery. These are little shrubs. Here we go. Shrubs that I started this year by grabbing branches and sticking them in my little nursery here. Okay, let's go back. Hard prune on my willow bush. We'll let the sun in. Look at how beautiful this is. Wonder if the camera, this is one of my nurseries too that has bushes and plants in it, but look at how beautiful. So that is a nice splash of color, and in the backdrop behind it I have that golden daisy-like flower, which is so beautiful here. What a gorgeous quiet morning we're having. That's why I brought the camera out. The sun isn't too bright. It's hard to see the fall color when the sun is in the camera when the sun is out. But that's one of my beautiful mums. It's passing at this point, but it was beautiful, especially with the purples that we have around it. Oh, I should show you. I have another. Here's another little guy. So this one is a big, like a big wild aster. We see these all over our area on the sides of the roads, and then this little guy is a cultivated. That one and this one over here, where it is nursery bought. This was a gift from our friends, the Strangs. It's a hardy aster. I believe it was them. Sorry if it wasn't. If it wasn't, it was somebody else. Oh, it's okay. Look at all the seeds we have on the phlox. That's so exciting. Okay, let's take a look over here. So along with this gorgeous, this used to be one plant and then it spread itself all over, which is wonderful. But right next to it, I have two types of sage. And you know sage smells so good, right? Oh, so here's a nice big sage with that. And then this sage is a monster. It's got, well, this is, look at it's growing up from the base at this point because the whole top of it has fallen over. Oh, look at all of the critters living down in there. That's so much fun. It's totally covered up this other plant. Oh, which has already passed anyway, but oh my goodness, the fall garden is so wonderful. So I have this big sage. It smells so good. And this is blooming again. What is this? A salvia? I forget what these guys are. But I cut back all the flowers. This was a big thing of purple in the early spring. Or early summer, I cut all the flowers after they passed, hoping for new blooms. And certainly I received a few of them, so that's nice. I've got a willow bush here growing. I'm going to trim that, certainly. And then I'm going to probably transplant it in the spring. We'll see, because this started out as just a stick for my willow bush. I grew another bush. It's a lot less expensive than going to the nursery to buy one, that's for sure. What else do we have? Well, the passing flowers are so beautiful. I found a old broken pot and broken dishes, and I stuck them here in the garden. Whoops, they're on top of somebody. I didn't mean to squish you. I put them here in the garden. I'm going to use them as decoration. I've planted some irises. A friend of mine, actually my seamstress, you guys, my seamstress for the floor cloths. We are trading irises. She doesn't have mine yet, but I have hers. So I have hers, and I've planted them about my yard, and they're going to be white irises, and I can't wait to see them. I may not see them the first year, so it may take a couple of years. You know, irises are biennials. Oh, so they, well, I shouldn't even say biennials as if I am some sort of horticulturist. What they do is they don't flower the first year. They flower the second year, and then they die. They shoot up a new one, and then they die. So every time there's a flower, that one is not going to ever flower again. But it will shoot up a new one that will flower. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I think it's like that too. So this is this is why I keep things growing, because in the fall I'll get a wonderful surprise like this. I mean, that is a total surprise. It's so beautiful, but I kept it here. I kept it, so I must have known when it was green that it was wonderful. I see all new life in here in my Roseanne geranium. All new green growing in here, so that's beautiful. The flowers are gorgeous. I just love the fall colors. Okay, so we saw that. My trimmings. I've already grabbed and moved lots of seeds. Spread them all over the place. And that's always fun. Take a look at this aster, you guys. It's so big. It's all flopped over too. Look at it back here. This is where it started, but it's all reached out to the sun. It's all out into the walkway. It's gorgeous. And we don't have any sun right now, which is why I'm recording. But when we do, this thing is loaded with bees. Oh, you can just hear them. You can hear them. It's like a wild engine out here. The bees love the aster. I have more aster here and here. This was full of lilies at one point. And my beautiful, this is the onion family here. What is this? This is, this is one of those, they're purple and then I forget what they call. But anyway, I grabbed a whole bunch of seeds and I put them over in here. So hopefully we'll have a bunch more next year. Caterpillars have been having a field day. I let them stay on this bush. It was a hardy bush. And I thought if they're eating this, I've cut and helped. So I thought if they're eating this, then they're not eating maybe something else. And since that was such a strong bush, I let that happen. Look at that gorgeous color. What else did I want to show? Oh, yes, I know what I wanted to show you. Well, we can look here first. Just the milkweed is getting ready to spread on its own. How exciting is that? I've already grabbed pods from another milkweed and spread them around, but I much prefer to let them spread and seed on their own. So I might grab 1 or 2 more pods and spread them. We'll see. But there's that. This is what I wanted to show you. This is the back side of the of this thing right here. These were those wild morning glory trellises I put up to protect my things. But this is what I wanted to show you. Oh, this is such a fun weed. This is a weed. This is that plant. In the spring when I saw it and it was as big as I was, I said, this looks like one of my paintings. It was just up and flowers are springing out everywhere. It was great. And now I was able to watch the pods form and the flowers pass and the seeds come and the seeds are passing. And this, look at the leaves on this. Look at how gorgeous this is. I mean, if that isn't some color inspiration right there. Wow. This is a wild morning glory growing all over it. And the wild morning glory is being eaten like crazy. And the plant here, this weed, which I always forget the name of it, this area got eaten by mistake. I think they made a mistake when they bit it because because really the morning glory is being eaten and this plant is not. So that's how that works, huh? We give everybody something and then everybody's happy. So the milkweed is totally gone in this area. It's just been totally decimated by the caterpillar. And I just absolutely love watching that in nature happen. All of this is that stuff everybody's allergic to that goldenrod. It's so beautiful when it passes and becomes these big bushy flowers. They're so nice. Oh, I see something red. Let's go find out what this red thing is. Oh, it's just a leaf, you guys. This happened to me the other day, too. It was just a leaf. I've been painting, you guys. That's paint. I'm not bleeding, in case you noticed that. Look at this beautiful thing. It is way up over my head. I'm going to grab some of these seed pods and get it into another spot because this thing is great. And I want to make sure I have it everywhere. But it obviously likes this area. So I'm going to just keep it over in this area. Just bring it somewhere new. Back here with my milkweed. Oh, I hear a mosquito. Let's get out of this area. It's been wonderful to have a break in the heat because it gave us a break in the mosquitoes. We had some cold evenings. Our hummingbirds all left. They stayed an extra 10 days, though, so they've been staying longer the last couple of years. So they were here until September. I think it was the 24th, if I remember correctly. They went an extra 10 days. So this is what I do with these. Pull them out and I keep them because some of them are really strong and I might use them as a brace for somebody that might need help standing up. Get some aster growing in here next to this crimson red. Look at that, it's still wanting to blossom. That's great. But it's been doubling in size each year, so it started small, and hopefully it'll get to be 8 feet by 8 feet. Right now it looks like it's 2 or 3 feet by 2 or 3 feet, probably 3 feet. But it started at 1, so it's just been doing great. I have 2 of these. This is all mint. It's all mint and it's flowered, and though I don't need to, I spread the flowers. Oh my goodness. These used to be the most delicate little purple flowers. You couldn't even see them practically. It was just such a beautiful bed of that purple flower. And then when they passed and we got our cold temps, look at how pretty this is. So pretty. I got bugs on me. Yeah, look. Oh my goodness, and I had this whole carpet of that. Now, this is that wild carrot, or Queen Anne's lace. It's absolutely harmless. Everybody loves to enjoy it, but I have tons and tons of it, and I could see it was spreading and squishing out this beautiful bed. So I'm just going to give them a little bit more room. Just a little bit. I come through here all the time to pull out the wild vines. That's one of what you have to do when you have a wild garden like mine, where you let more of nature do its thing. I don't use pesticides and things like that. It means that I have a lot of things I have to remove. Vines sometimes crawl where they shouldn't, or some plants we don't want to destroy an area, so we'll move them to where they'll be happy somewhere else. Look at that big root, wild carrot. I just got that root out, you guys. That's a wild carrot right there. And it was in here hard. Woo! Sending up all kinds of babies. It would have filled this area. Now, like I said, I've got wild carrot everywhere here in the property and out in the road, everywhere. So I don't have to worry about that. If I was thinking it was precious and that I want to save it or something. Look at this one. That's a carrot. And I'm sure it's delicious. But not for me. I'm not eating it anyway. So there we go. Nice cleaned area where the plants that I planted here and some others can do their thing. There we go. So we did some gardening together, friends, didn't we? We got an update to show the fall garden. It's so hard to see on camera, the beauty, but I brought you up close so that you get to see some of it. A lot of you, maybe, I shouldn't say a lot of you, but so many of you are local friends and family, and you see this stuff all the time. But then there are some folks that they don't get all of that beautiful stuff that we get to see here in New Hampshire. I'm Zone 5B. I'll be back for you, my friend. Okay, I hope your day is as blessed as mine is starting out. Take care, friends. Thanks for spending time.